feel so organized today, which is not normally the case, but feeling like I'll spice things up a little bit for today's live. Hello, good morning to you all. Hope Savara here with Mother Trucker Yoga. You know what day it is. Fitness Friday. Gonna get my water in. Are you drinking your water? If you are a part of our Accelerate Your Health with Mother Trucker Yoga Facebook group, then you know we just came off of a water drinking challenge for 31 days, and we had some drivers doing amazing things. One of them is drinking water. And man, it's just good for your health. So if you're not drinking water, how about we get one bottle in today? All right, I'm super excited because we are talking about upper body health again. I have been getting a number of messages and questions and just kind of like, ooh, Hope, I am really rounded in the upper back, neck pain. I've just been hearing this a lot lately, so we're gonna kind of have a little bit of a theme going. Wednesday, I showed you a test up against the wall to check for kyphosis. So just a review, kyphosis is when the shoulders are rounded and the head is forward. So we kind of have this hunched body, which just creates a lot of stress on the body, particularly the spine, because the spine is supposed to be in an S-like shape. But for people that sit a lot, we end up in a C shape with the tailbone tucked under and the head and shoulders forward. Why is this super important for truck drivers? Because you're sitting in the driver's seat for multiple hours on end, absorbing that impact. Even if you have a fancy seat, there's still impact. And when your body is not in that nice S curve, the impact that you're taking on just rattles all the way up to your neck and shoulders, and all of a sudden you have things like TMJ, jaw issues, headaches, tension headaches, neck pain, bulging discs in the neck, shoulder issues, numbness and tingling in the hands, because our posture is kind of going to the beep, and we got to do something about it. So today is again a tribute to the upper back and shoulders, to opening up the chest, building more strength in the upper back. This doesn't have to take hours a day. This doesn't mean you have to have a special exercise routine. I'm going to show you a couple really quick things that you can do right in the truck that no one will know to help you bring more openness to the chest and shoulders, help you bring the head back into position, less pain between the shoulder blades. Have you ever had that like gnarly pain in between the spine and the shoulder blade that's just literally a pain in your neck? I've had that. And so helping you open up in the upper body is going to make a big difference in how you feel, how you move, and how you look at the day. So it's Fitness Friday. Hello, welcome. Drop it in the comment section. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Where are you coming? Where are you going? Are you heading home for the weekend? If you are, enjoy your time off. If you're still going to be on the road, please drive safe, because there is crazy weather everywhere. We just had a snowstorm, and I'm coming to you live from Wisconsin. We're expecting a little bit of a polar vortex this weekend, negative double digits. So better make sure you got your heat on in your truck, because if you're coming through Wisconsin, it's going to be a cold one. All right, so upper body. Who out there has that pain in their neck, pain in their shoulders, the rounding in the shoulders, the forward head? If you sit at a steering wheel for any length of time, if you sit at a computer for any length of time, this is probably something that you're dealing with, and you may never have paid attention to it. But if we can start to tackle this, you can reverse it. I've seen it done. You are going to feel so much better. Okay, so first things first. On Wednesday's Wellness Live, I showed you up against the wall how to check for kyphosis. That's head and shoulders forward. And so that's something as simple as coming up against your truck or the wall, bringing your elbows to shoulder height, and then pressing the arms back against the wall and bringing your head back against the wall without popping the rib cage out. So if you notice that that is easier said than done for you, this video is for you. Okay, so we want to be able to get ourselves from here to here. And what happens is that we train our bodies over time to be in a specific position. So that forward head, those rounded shoulders didn't just magically appear. You probably have been training your body for 5, 10, 20, 50 years to be hunched and rounded forward. So please know that I don't dish out magic pills, but I promise you, you do these movements, you do these exercises, you're gonna feel a world of difference. So first things first, and you need to check against the wall to see how, in fact, rounded you are. This is more like a wake-up call, like a, oh yeah, this definitely is me. Because sometimes what we think is happening and what's actually going on are not often the same. I've taught thousands and thousands of yoga classes, and part of my expertise and background is functional movement and biomechanics, so how the body moves. And I can't begin to tell you how many people, when I said bring your arms to T, would be like this. Bring your arms to shoulder height, and they'd be like this. And until they would look at their arms, or I would put them up against the wall and move their arms for them, did they actually see for the first time, that's interesting. I didn't realize that I was even doing that. So knowledge is power, awareness is key. All right, so what can I do to build better body balance, upper body balance? Well, first thing, if you're hunched, if you're kyphotic with a forward head, we want to understand that the upper back muscles are overstretched. And as a result, that pain you're feeling is not tightness. I've said this in other videos before. It's strain. Those muscles are straining to pull your head back. Those muscles are straining to pull your body from hunching forward. But they've probably given in and called uncle at this point. And the front of the chest, so the chest muscles, the pecs, okay? Even some of the bicep deltoid, because it comes over onto the arm. Even some of your serratus here on the sides, are like finger muscles along the sides of the ribs, are pulled forward. Like a cardigan 5 sizes too small, pulled tight. So our thought process is often to, I should stretch the upper back, which is totally fine. You can do that. It will help. You'll feel less strain. That sensation, that pinchy feeling will go away for a while. But what you really need is to open up the chest, stretch here, okay? And build strength here, okay? Build strength in the upper back. We have to shorten those muscles. We have to strengthen those muscles. This is absolutely critical if you sit behind a wheel for more than 15 minutes at a time. And I'm pretty sure you guys are sitting for more than 15 minutes at a time. If you sit at a computer, this goes for you as well. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a strengthening exercise today, and I'm gonna show you a stretch exercise today. I also wanna just take a moment. Awesome shirt, don't you love this? I love this shirt. I want to give a huge shout out to Bud and Tony's Truck Parts. They are our Fitness Friday sponsor. They are absolutely amazing. I love Bud and Tony. They are probably two of the most genuine people that I have ever met. Absolutely are dedicated and devoted to getting all of you quality parts for your truck. So please go over and like their Facebook page and check them out over on their website, budandtonystruckparts.com, and let them know Hope sent you. Okay, so strengthening exercise. Now you do not have to, let me grab my weights here. You do not have to use hand weights, okay? I have a set of 3 pounds here. I like using light weights and more repetition than super heavy weights and like killing myself, which is just my thought process. I have a set of 5 pound weights here. Now, if you don't have hand weights, okay, use water bottles. You can actually empty water bottles and fill them with little pebbles or sand, and they become some nice hand weights. You can hold 2 bags of rice. You might as well make that rice useful for something. Fill 2 small duffel bags with some weights. So just make it work. Hold 2 soup cans, whatever. I'm just someone that really believes in not letting the feeling of not having the right equipment ever get in the way of you actually doing something good for your body. So, all right, now that I've said that, we can move on. I'm gonna use my 3 pound hand weights, all right? So I'm gonna show you a quick exercise that you can do to build better upper body strength, specifically shorten and tighten and strengthen up the upper back and create some openness in the chest. Okay, I'm gonna show you like 2 different versions of this. So first things first, you're gonna stand. And if you've watched any of my posture videos before, we want our feet pointing forward. We want our belly tipped back inside of us because our core doesn't do very good when it's hanging out in front of us. So even if you're feeling a little bit fluffy in the middle, just tip what feels like the tailbone down a bit, and that will bring your pelvis into what's called neutral or level. Oh, you have a pelvis here. I bet you don't know many people that have body parts laying around. So we want to go from a forward tipped pelvis to a neutral pelvis. So belly dropped forward, back arched, pelvis in neutral, okay? So sometimes a visual is a little bit more helpful. Once you've done that for yourself, your front ribs here, you want to take a nice big breath out and just relax them down. So more than likely, that's going to leave you feeling more hunched. This is what we call our true kyphosis. This is actually how rounded your body is. Because most of us just tip the ribs forward and it's like, oh, I'm upright now. But if I bring the ribs down, this is actually how rounded I am. So that rib cage is deceiving, and I see this happen a lot with fitness professionals. They're just telling you to do the exercise and the ribs are flailing everywhere. I see this a lot when I go to the gym with weightlifters, and I'm like, oh, I just want to tell you what you're doing and how to improve, but I'm like, it's not my place, it's not my place. But this is a mistake I see happen over and over and over and over again. I'm one of those people that like, I have to actually wear those sunglasses with the blinders on when I go to the gym because I can't watch other people work out because it's like so overwhelming for me. And I can't watch other people's fitness videos. So, because again, my whole focus is form and function over fast and furious. So it's how we do things. It's not just the fact that we're doing them. So we want to bring those ribs down, all right? Which is also going to engage our core. Yay! Everything is core work when you understand the body. Bonus, right? So keep the ribs down. Next, we're going to take the hand weights, and you don't have to do this with hand weights, okay? We're going to make a 90-degree angle with the elbow, and then bring the arms up and up again. So you, by all means, could do this up against the wall and just go against the wall and just practice pushing back. But we're going to make this a full exercise, and then I'm going to show you another way that we can do this as well. So if I turn sideways, the challenge here is to not push the ribs forward, okay? Everything I do is going to be engaging the upper back, not at the sacrifice of pushing the ribs forward. This is called stability, okay? Stability before mobility. That means get yourself in the right position before you go and do what you're going to do. Can save you from slipping on the ice. All right, here we go. So now my head, I'm going to pull my head back so it sits on top of my shoulders the best that I can. My lower body is nice and stable. And now pull the arms back as far as I can, feeling the shoulder blades engage without lifting or lowering my elbows. So from the front, I'm just going to keep my arms here. What'll happen a lot is people will get focused on just trying to pull back as far as they can, so they'll pull the elbows down and try to work more of like the lower mid-back. No, 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 no. Or they'll try to go up higher. No, 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 no. Keep it at shoulder level, okay? And I'm just gonna pull back without pushing my head forward and without tipping my ribs forward, because I actually haven't gone any further back if I tip my ribs forward. It's an optical illusion. So I'm gonna go back as far as I can go, and then forward as tight as I can go. Back as far as I can go, forward as far as I can go, keeping my elbows at the same height. Now, I work on this a lot, so my arms can touch, okay? Yours may not, and that's all right. This is not about how getting to like the finish line. This is doing things right. So I'm gonna go back, just take a nice big breath in, and then exhale forward without manipulating my head, without manipulating my rib cage. And then open, squeeze. You should be feeling like mid-shoulder blade engage, not below the shoulder blade so much. And should not feel like the head is forward. And then forward, okay? I can already feel in my shoulders. You're gonna do that. Try 10 times in a row. Try 3 sets of 10. Or maybe 2 sets of 12 or 15 in the morning and at night. Not only are you gonna have more sculpted shoulders, but you're gonna start to strengthen those overstretched, weakened upper back muscles, which is part of the reason why you feel like the hunchback and you have neck pain, because all of this is super overstretched. The second version I'm gonna share with you and show you that you can do is a forward bend position. So it's a deltoid kind of row back. That's the same thing, but again, we have to pay attention that we're pulling straight up, not back on an angle. So my feet are a little bit wider than my hips, My knees are gonna bend quite a bit. And now from my hips, I'm going to hinge so my body and my back are nice and long. Now, tip your belly in, all right? So I don't care how much flesh is there. There's muscle in there, you guys. So pull your belly in, which should make your back feel more open. And already, pull your shoulders back, all right? So my arms are going to hang down, fingertips pointing the floor, palms face my feet. And all I'm going to do is pull up without pushing my chin out. Tuck your chin in and squeeze the shoulder blades. And then drop it all the way back down. Pull up, squeeze, and down. So this like deltoid row variation is super, super great again for building that upper body strength, that upper back strength. Couple of things. If you're doing this solo, just like prop up your camera and then hit video and watch yourself, because it's the same thing as the upper body. Am I pulling back at an angle? Am I pulling forward? Am I doing something weird with my arms? We can't change something that we're clueless about. If you have someone that can watch you and say, hey, I want my elbows to come straight up, staying in line with my shoulder, can you just like watch that and tell me what I need to fix? That's gonna really help you, because sometimes our body just follows the same pattern that we've been putting it in for 5, 10, 15, 25, 40 years, 50 years, however long. So even though we're doing an exercise, we'd call this a corrective exercise, sometimes we're still doing it with the poor habits that we've adopted to our life. So a little bit of awareness, a little bit of guidance, a little bit of knowledge, we can start doing these much more effectively. Hey Cheryl, good morning, good morning. Well, it's the afternoon now. Yeah, drop it in the comment section. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know if this is resonating with you. Like, are you feeling me on this? Is this an area that is a challenge for you? And let us know in the comment section, because there could be other drivers that are like, and then all of a sudden they hear someone else validate that this is an area for them that's a challenge, and that can be really empowering. Okay, so you have 2 strengthening exercises, right? You have, this is more of a rotator one, but we're gonna incorporate the upper back because we're pulling back without pushing the ribs, without pushing the head forward as far as we can go. Okay, you could easily just go up against the wall and just go to the wall, but we're gonna pull back otherwise beyond the shoulder. And the other one is the forward hinged row or the deltoid row. And we're gonna pull up and pinch and down and touch. Use a weight that's doable, that's workable, that's usable. Don't use a weight that's so heavy that you get 1 or 2 in and you're like, oh my gosh. And then you're just throwing the weight to try to get the job done. Like, that's not functional, you guys. That is not functional, and that's how we injure ourselves, and that's probably how you injured yourself, if you are injured, by doing something that your body wasn't able to do. So now I want to show you, because you're learning, remember, we are overstretched and weak here and tight and short here. And we often don't feel the tight and shortness here, but I want to show you an opening exercise that you can do actually right in your sleeper or on the floor at home or in your bed at home. Hey Gwen, hey Cheryl, yes, Hump back. So Cheryl, this one's for you. I'm going to show you a more of a stretching, or what we'd call yin yoga, just kind of passive release, let your body open, that you're going to want to do this for a couple of minutes. So I am going to bring my camera down because otherwise you're not going to be able to see me. This is the beauty of Facebook Live. We're improvising here. Okay, here we go. Sorry about all that shaking. That's so annoying. Okay, so I have here, this is a meditation cushion. You don't need a meditation cushion, okay? So I just have this here accessible because I taught yoga and I had a studio and I had a lot of stuff. So I kept this. You can use a rolled up blanket or a stack of pillows. I'm going to show you how to place those properly so that you use them correctly, but use what you have, okay? Our duffel bag, just lay a blanket over it so it's not all like weird and like has things poking out of it, but use what you have. You just want something that's going to give you some lift, that's not going to like poke into your body, okay? So I'm going to move this back so you can see me better. Okay, so you're going to take that on your sleeper, on the floor at home, on your bed, whatever you'd like, and you're going to put that down behind you, okay? I'm going to try to stay in the screen here the best that I can. When I put that behind me, my folded blankets or my rolled up towel or 2 or my pillow, okay, whatever it is, you want like a thick pillow, so you might need to use a couple. But we want something that's gonna be higher than what we're laying on, the floor for me. Place that. Now when I come down onto it, I'm trying to find like the bottom of my rib cage, all right? So that's like mid-back, not way up here and not way down here. So I'm gonna place the bottom edge of whatever I'm laying back on to the bottom of my ribs. And it might take a second. Like if you have a short torso, it's gonna feel like you're towards your hips. If you have a longer torso like I do, then it's gonna feel like there's more space. So please don't say to yourself, but look, there's like a big gap between your back and the floor. It's because I have a long torso, okay? So it's an optical illusion. So once I place that there, you might know where we're going with this. I'm going to let myself lay back. Now, usually people get about here and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so stiff, I can't go any farther. If that's you, we're gonna want to get something to support the head at a height that you can still drop open. So if I'm just gonna grab what I have here. Again, whatever is easiest. I have a yoga block here. Again, use a blanket, use a folded towel. I just have these things in my office, so it works. I could set that right above it, okay? So then my head would drop on there. What you don't want to end up happening is this. All of a sudden you have this really big, deep kink in your neck, bend in your neck, because your head is just hanging off your support. We don't want that, okay? So we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna lay back, and now my head is there. Do you see how my head's on a gradual decline though? It's not up higher, and this is the problem with pillows when we sleep at night. If you have kyphosis and your pillow is propping your head so abruptly up, you're just feeding the issue. Like you're not helping yourself in any way, shape, or form. So this can definitely help with that. So whether my head is here, or I eliminate it, I'm gonna have to just be a smidge higher, or my head is down, okay, a little bit more of a gradual decline. What we're next gonna do, it's hard for me to talk like this, so I'm gonna put this here, only because I can't talk. I'm gonna take my arms straight up, and then drop my shoulders back. Once I've done that, I'm gonna drop my arms open, either to T, cactus, remember that up against the wall? So if you were like, Hope, my arms don't touch the wall, practice here. And just relax your arms. Or you can also bring them alongside the ear. You could actually play with all of them. This is my tightest position here, because I'm a little bit more restricted in the underarms. So this actually, I like to lay like this, because this is where I'm most restricted or most tight. But for drivers, this may be your position, or when you're at shoulder level, arms at T or cactus, for many of you, your pec muscles are super tight and short. So when you're at shoulder level, it's much more of a focus on your pec muscles and your deltoid and bicep attachments. So super, super powerful. And I would recommend laying like this for 2, 3, 5 minutes. I know that might seem like a long time, but listen to a podcast, listen to a meditation, deep breathe, whatever it is. Just give yourself a little bit of a time out, and then to come out, roll to one side. Okay, roll to one side. So where people go wrong is that they pull themselves up right after stuff like that, and now you're straining all those muscles that you just tried stretching. So I'll pivot here just a smidge. So again, you're coming up. I'm not putting my hips up against it. I'm trying to find the bottom of my ribs-ish. It's not exact because all of our bodies are a little bit different, but I want to be able to lay back. If I'm using a head support, it's lower than the cushion that I'm laying on. And then either my arms are going to go overhead, cactus, or T, or you can even make what I call a super slow snow angel. And it's almost like all of the fascial strings that are attaching your chest to your arm. It's like pluck, 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 like playing the guitar. You can just feel them all pulling apart. I know I don't do this enough. I need to start doing this again, but this feels so good. And this is what's going to help eliminate that pain in your upper back, because now we're opening up the chest. Here you get to let the ribs splay. You get to let the body open, and just let gravity here now be your best friend. We always look down on gravity and it's like, oh, it's aging us. Oh, it's doing these things. But gravity really is your best friend in this instance. So this is a super easy exercise that you can do right on the sleeper. Like you'll notice I have my knees bent. You could lay with your legs straight. For those of us that are a little stiffer, having the legs straight may make the back feel a little bit stiffer. And so if that's the case, just bend the knees, no big deal. If you don't have a lot of room in your sleeper, do the cactus arms then, or alternate facing each side so you can have like one arm hang open at T, and it'll just hang off your sleeper, or the other arm, but improvise. Make it work moment. Don't ever feel like, oh, it's not like exactly like this, so I can't do that exercise. No. That's not the type of thinking I want you to take on. How can I make this work for me? How can you make this work for you? How can we start to bring these into our lives so we can be happier and healthier? I want you to get out of the mindset that we keep telling ourselves, I can't do this because. I can't do this because I'm a truck driver. I can't do this because I'm 50. I can't do this because 20 years ago I tore my ACL. I can't do this because I'm overweight. I can't do this because of this. Like, these are all bad excuses to not try. Now, you might get upset when I say that, but I'm telling you these are bad excuses because there's always a variation for everything. Don't believe me? Ask any of my students over the last 20 years. I will find a variation for any limitation or issue that you have. I will figure out a way. That's like my secret superpower, is the ability to do that. So let me know in the comment section if you feel like this is something that you can do to add into your daily routine, add into your daily regimen to help you start feeling better wherever you are. Like, these are the small changes, you guys, that we can start making to live a healthier, happier life on the road. I want to give a big shout out. Don't tune out yet. I want to give a big shout out to Bud and Tony's Truck Parts again. They are our Fitness Friday sponsor. They are in it for the long haul with us here at Mother Trucker Yoga, us being me. They truly, truly believe in trucker health and wellness and want to be a player in changing the way we look at trucker health and fitness. Please hop over to their website this month in February. Here's what the deals that they got. They have Peterbilt exhaust kits. They have foot pedals in a variety of different trucks. They have universal headlights, some pretty sweet deals there. And then they also have some roadwork bumpers on sale, 48-hour shipping. So you could get it by Sunday, you guys. That's pretty sweet. So please go over there, let them know Hope sent you. Just really support them. They have been our supporter now for almost a year, for a little over 8 months, and we so appreciate them over at Bud and Tony's Truck Parts. So let them know Hope sent you. Most importantly, share out this broadcast. Please, please, please share out this broadcast with other fellow drivers that you feel may need to hear this, because there is another driver out there just like you, struggling with the same problems you are, wondering the same things you are, searching for the same things you are. And simply by sharing this out and saying, hey, I think this might help, you could help another person, and then that person could help another person, and then that person could help another person. So from the bottom of my heart, please share out this broadcast. I so appreciate that. This is a tribute to trucker health. One step at a time, one move at a time, one small change at a time, and we are going to transform the trucking industry into the healthiest industry that there is. But I need all of you to be able to do that. So show me some love, let other drivers know that there are things that they can do right in their truck, and let me know in the comment section, once you try this stuff, how it went. I want to know. All right, until next time, goodbye, my friends, and have a great weekend, and always drive safe.